Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Invitation to Puzzles, where we have more Super Sudokoid for you today. So we just last time unlocked this grid, which I'm hoping is going to reveal some secrets of the universe to us. I don't know exactly which secrets, but we're going to hope for some secrets. Let's see, we haven't... a thermo where 8 is the highest number on it. So this number, if it's high, it can only be 6 or 7. We have this couple more arrows making thermos, or sorry, making renbons. There's a renbon sort of running across here. Let's see, sadly, yeah, we got this sort of poked into here, but that doesn't do too much. I guess it puts a little bit of restriction on these 3 dots, but not a whole lot. Yeah, this number here is at most 6 because of the thermo. So that makes this number at most 7, which is not incredibly compelling. This number is at least 3. I was hoping I'd learn what happened with this, but I don't think I have learned what happened with that. So they're either all low or all high, or like all high into 5 or something, right? Because of the 5, 6. So there's like a connection between these that sort of is interesting with the German Whisper, but kind of not quite, but almost. Yeah, I really don't know anything about this circle, I don't think. Oh, I know this. Oh, I guess I know this number's at most 5, but that's not super exciting. Means this number here is at most 6. Oh. I do know what this number is because I know that this is going to make a renbon, and it's not going to make a length 5 renbon because the length 5 renbon would be 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. So this has got to be a 3 and a 1. So these numbers here are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this number here is at least 2. Okay, well, we know that there is a 1 in these cells, right? Just by the fact that we need a 1 somewhere in the row. It doesn't quite look like enough yet. We're getting somewhere, possibly. Yeah, this is at least 3. Do I have a cap on it based on, like, oh, it can't possibly go so far that, I don't think so. I don't even think I know that the renbon don't intersect. No, the renbon definitely do intersect, even, we actually know. Keep looking at this and being like, surely I have screwed this up and I actually know the order of this 1 and this 3 somehow, but I don't think I know the order of the 1 and the 3 somehow. I was looking to see if there's some gimmies that I have not gone back and written in. Let's see. Do I know something about the value of this based on the water? Maybe I can do something with the water based on this. Like if this were a 1, I would need to have a 2 exactly there. And that would be okay, I think. Yeah, whether this is a 2 or a 3, it's happy. I mean, I can certainly fill in things like that. Or whatever that is worth. For a 9, I need an 8 somewhere. Yeah, I don't think I learn a lot out of the water over this edge, but seems like maybe it's worth thinking about a little bit, but I can't quite see anything I can squeeze out of it. Maybe I could roll 4 out of this cell because both of these would be 9s, but then that would just be an 8, and that seems fine. Oh yeah, this 2-3 is always happy. Like we're tricking ourselves into spending more time looking at this horrible constraint again, which can't possibly be good for my mental health. This white dot looks to me like it could be 3-4, as long as it's 3-4 the right way. Otherwise, it's from 6, 7, 8, 9, like everything else in the puzzle. It can't be a 9. I guess this one can't be a 9 either, because that would put an 8, 9 in the box with this cell, which wouldn't work well. Oh. Wow. That's been there a long time. This digit's next to a 4 on a German whisper. Flashbacks of the last time that I had a not seeing that for a long time. That's an 8. That's a 7. Okay, so there's no 8 on here either. So this is either 6, 7, or it's 3, 4 in a very specific order. Okay, that's probably going to help quite a bit, actually. He said hopingly. 7 doesn't go next to a 3, so that's a 2, and that's a 3. A 2, and that's a 3. 3 doesn't go next to a 7, so that's an 8. No 8s over there. So not a 2. Okay, so we got this all sorted out. 4 needs a 3 or a 5 next to it. 8 needs a 7 or a 9 next to it. This 9 needs an 8 next to it, which can either go in one of those 2 cells or there. Oh, sorry, no, the 4's adjacent digit could be a 5 there or a 3 over here. Oh, I know the key isn't a 7 because I've got a 6, 7 pair over here now. This 3 needs a 2 or a 4, and I think the only thing it's getting is a 2 exactly here. Is that right? Yeah, okay, yeah. So that's a 3 and a 4. So that's not a 3. Okay, now that's an 8 or a 9. So now this can't be a 9 without making this an 8, 9. And in fact, now one of these is a 9, and neither of them is 7, because this is either 6, 7 or 7, 8. And one of these needs to be a 9, so these aren't 9. This number can't be a 9 because the highest number it sees is 7. 8, though, would be fine. Yeah, I think 5, 6, 7, and 8 are all fine there. So we've actually got a 5, 6, 7, 8 quadruple in the column. Yeah, there's just no 9 in the column. One of these is a 1, and whichever one is a 1 is perfectly happy, and then one is a 6, 7, and whichever one is a 6, 7 is perfectly happy. 8 needs a 7 somewhere, but it's got lots of options as to where it could get it. This is happy whether it's a 5 or an 8. This can't have a 6 on it anymore, because if it does, then I create a 1, 6, 7 quadruple, which means the 6 is over here, which actually means that's a 7, which means these are 1 and 6, which means that this is a 6 and a 7 over there, so that's the 1 and that's the 6. 4 and the 3. There's no 8 over here anymore, so that's not a 9 anymore. No 7 over here, which means there's a 7 on here. So this is, in fact, 7, 8. So no 4 up here. These are 6, 9 now. Oh no, this 7 still has outs, unfortunately. Okay, let's see what's left in this column. Let's see. We still could have a 1. No 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we've got our 6, 7, 8, 9. This one is not 6 or 8. However, these aren't 9. That one's not a 1. Okay, so this one can never be a 1 because it would have no 2 next to it now. Yeah, if this is a 3, it's next to a 4. Otherwise, it has to be next to like a 1, 2, 3 kind of thing. There are some limits to that, but nothing too crazy, I don't think. Oh, this 9 needs to be next to an 8. And the only available spot for the 8 now is here. So 9 needs to be next to an 8, but there are more available spots. Oh, this column is, almost done. 1, 2, we could have a 3 still, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and a 9 are the 2 options. 3 will be happy. 9 will be happy only if this is an 8. Okay, what about this? There's at least a 4. Do I really only know that this number is at least a 3? I think so. Okay, so I don't know very much about this dot. I actually know it could be. It could be 7, 8 as long as that's a 6, I think. If this is a 9, that has to be an 8. Yeah, likewise, if that's a 9, that has to be an 8. This digit can't actually be a 1 because there's nowhere next to it for a 2 to go anymore, so that's a 5. That 5 is next to a 4, so it's okay. This can be a 1 or a 6, and it'll be happy. this is a 2, it needs to come with a 1. If this is a 6, it needs to come, I guess, with a 7 or a 5, both of which seem okay. This 7 needs a 6 in one of the two places that could have a 6. But it looks to me like both of those seem, roughly speaking, equiplausible. This 8, though, this 8 needs a 7 or a 9, and the only place it's getting it is here. Okay, the 2 we said needs a 1. Okay, no 7 up there. Everything is fine. No 1 over there. 6 over here. Yeah, if this is a 9, that has to be an 8. Let's see. Got the 2. Yeah, that could be a 3 or that could be a 5 as far as this cell is concerned. Whether this is 5 or a 7, it's happy because of the 6 there. Let's see. This 2 is happy because of the 3. Seven or 9 is happy because of the 8. What is going on over here? I don't know yet. Of course, the 3 and 4 are happy. 7 still needs one of those to be a 6. The 2's got the 3. The 4's got the 3. This 8, 9 has that 8, 9. I'm trying to see like some weird contradiction in like one of these combos. Okay, I guess I now know this isn't 8 because now the 2 8s that are available to this 9 are both in this row. And so that's only 4, 5, 6. So this is certainly not 8 either. In fact, this one's always odd now, being 3, 5, 7. So this is always even. So this is 4, 6. Yeah. And then, and I don't feel like it could possibly be trying to dig anything out of this string up here. Oh. That can't be a 9. There was a chain. This can't be 9, because if this is 9, then that's 8. And the problem with that is that this 4 requires either that that's a 3 or that's a 5. And that both breaks. So yeah, it's a look ahead, but it's not the worst look ahead that's ever happened in the history of creation. We'll say. So that is a 3. Okay. Yeah, so whether this is a 5 or an 8, it's happy. Whether this is a 5 or a 7, it's happy. We have an actual 5-7 pair down here. Kind of tempted to like try and color this, but again, the sort of coloring is a little too, like, there's too many layers of coloring here for me to, but I kind of want to color the cells that I know are happy with respect to their water constraint, just to make sure there aren't any water constraint numbers that are interesting to me presently. Yeah, the 9 up here is definitely next to an 8. I don't have to worry about that. I really just have to worry about this 7. Maybe I should just mark the ones that do still require some thought. So like the 7 still requires one of those two. This 9 still requires an 8. Let's see. You're going to be happy regardless. You're going to be happy regardless. You're going to be happy regardless. You'll, of course, be happy. You're happy. You're happy. You two are happy. You're happy. Happy. You two are happy. You two are happy. You two are happy. I might just temporarily color this in some horrible color just as I mark this off. Okay, we need that one. This 5 is happy because of the 4. This 1 or 6 is happy regardless. This 1 is definitely happy. 5 is happy. 2, 3, and 4 are happy. The 8, 9, and the 6, 7 are happy. The 5 is happy. The 4 here is happy. These are happy, and they're happy because they're next to those. Those are all happy. This 7 or 9 is always happy because it's next to an 8 diagonally. Of course, this is a white dot, so it's going to be happy no matter how I fill it. So this is either a 6, in which case then this is a 4, 5, or this is an 8, in which case it's next to 9, so this is always happy as well. And this 5 or 8 is also always happy. Okay, so the only interesting, within this grid at least, the only interesting two are these. Let's see. If I do the same up here for this piece of the water, that one's always happy because it's next to a 2, 3. This one I could break. It's not easy, but I could. Of course, this one's happy no matter what happens. So yeah, the grid up here is less constrained. But yeah, so I've got one of these is an 8. One of these is a 6. Everything else is fine. Oh, but I have a 6, 7 pair looking at a 5, 7. Making that a 5, giving me one of the keys. I don't know if that open up a thing over here. No, we already did the wolf howling bit. Okay, this was not a boss. Okay, that seems not, funnily enough, to have resolved what was going on here. At least this one's resolved now. That might be all I can do in this grid, actually. There is this, like, risk up here of needing a, like, 2, 1, 2, 3s. Oh, I guess actually, sorry, this is a nice thing. This 1, 2, 3 isn't adjacent to any of these. So this is certainly adjacent to the 1, 2, 3. So it's definitely a 1, 2, 3, 4. At the very least. So I can certainly fill that in. So these two are definitely consecutive. So they're not 2 and 3. So there's sort of like a virtual white dot between these two. Trying to see if there's something like, oh, 4, 3 doesn't work. Because if this isn't 4, then we've got an actual triple. And then we know that these are 1, 2 exactly, which would be much nicer, of course. Maybe I should look slightly up at this grid, although I don't think this grid really has that much information in it. Well, this certainly isn't a 6 because it would put 2 1s in the same box. If this is a 9, then I know that's an 8. If this is an 8, then I've got options again, I think. I'm going to just highlight these in like a yellow flash. Oops, not those. Whatever was actually highlighted. And I wanted these two, like a yellow flash, just to note I know these two are consecutive. 4, 3, or 1, 2. Feels like I should be able to say which one, but I don't think that I can. This is a 2, then these are 3, 4. If this is a 3, then these are 1, 2. Or whatever that is worth. Feels minimal. Yeah, if this is restricted, I can't quite put my finger on it. Exactly what is happening here. I guess I know, looking at this grid, that since none of these cells are 9, the 9 in this column is up here. Which looks, tells me the 9 in this column is down here, but I don't think that's going to be too helpful. I feel like I'm probably missing something very easy that, like I have most of the time when I've gotten stuck in one of these puzzles. Double checking all of my zipper lines that I don't have like half of a zipper line filled in anywhere. Okay, well, I think I'm going to have to leave it there for today, and we can contemplate the nature and purpose of our reality in a subsequent episode. But thank you all for watching. I hope you are indeed enjoying this. We have one key, and it's supposed to be entered somewhere in some key slot, but I don't think we've opened the key slots yet, unless I have missed where the key slots are, in which case we might be in for some trouble. But we've got this. This was the thing that said, sealed vault door. The tall tower rises on the western edge of the land. Its gate is tightly shut, and 3 keys are required to enter. Once you find the keys, enter them in the red cells. The topmost key goes in the topmost lock, and so on. Oh, it's these 3. I see. Okay, so actually, sorry. Now that I see the gate. So, which key did we find? So we found a key here. That one's a 5. We have a key over here that we have not found. Is there a third key? We probably have to find where the third key is before we know where the 5 goes. We know one of these is a 5 somewhere. And it's not the topmost one. But we have to do a little bit more work, I think, before we figure out exactly where this key is, unless I am just missing a key. It is in one of these grids, but I don't think so. I think we still need more work to find the key, or find the other key to know where the 5 goes. All right, anyway, having double checked that, let's wrap up there for today, and we'll be back soon. Bye for now.